competition continues with the Arkansas Governor's Quiz Bowl.
Hello and welcome to the second half of our Quiz Bowl 2016 broadcast, brought to you by AETN. I'm your host, Evangeline Parker Guest, and I'm truly honored and happy to be here with you. Before we continue our program, I want to bring in our Quiz Bowl director, Carolyn Schry, to talk about the formation of the Friends of Quiz Bowl Association. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, how are you doing today, Evangeline?
I am doing wonderful, enjoying the matches today and excited about the ones to come.
We are too, definitely.
But I'm really excited about this new group that you have. Tell us about it.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, we are extremely proud of this, Evangeline. We have a new organization that is a sister organization to us. It's now called Friends of Quiz Bowl. And Friends of Quiz Bowl is basically formed with alumni, former players, you know, and coaches that are emeritus coaches.
Okay.
Used to be a coach, but now they're retired or no longer doing it. Did it quite a while. And sometimes even a community member.
Okay.
And this new organization has a different mission. Their thing is to help out to expand Quiz Bowl in the state. More than we can do. We're limited on the monies we get.
Okay.
And this new organization is out there to look for other ways of helping us expand services, expand scholarships, which actually they're doing this year.
Wonderful.
And expand things like recognizing coaches, doing things like thinking of things we haven't even thought of yet, you know?
Okay. All right.
And that can always be done. Giving larger awards in conjunction with maybe some of the tournaments that we have.
That is wonderful.
Even new tournaments.
Okay.
Bigger tournaments.
Okay.
We don't know where this can go. And they also can accept donations.
Okay.
They are a 501c3 organization. So, you know, the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit.
And we love it. We love it.
It sounds like you're going to make sure they're very busy.
We are definitely going to make sure they're very busy. And we're rounding up a lot of alum members, helping them to find those folks around the state to be a part of their organization.
Okay, and they have some work to do right now, don't they?
They definitely do. And you know what they're going to do right now? I'm going to send it over here to Barry Burns. And Barry is up front with some folks we would like you to meet, and he's going to talk about the scholarships that they are giving.
Okay. Thank you, Carolyn.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Carolyn. As she said, the Friends of Quiz Bowl is a new organization. This is our first year. We were created to help the AGQBA board promote and enhance Quiz Bowl in the state of Arkansas. We are a completely separate board. We are new, as I said, and this has been an organizational year for us. We are really in the developmental stages for the plans and goals that we have for this board. Carolyn just kind of set us up for big things, so we better get busy on that. One of the programs that we inherited from the AGQBA this year is the Memorial Scholarship that the HQBA board began in the summer of 2014 after the tragic death of one of their board members. And we are continuing that this year. In fact, what we've done because of the successful invitational tournament we had this year, we are able to give out 2 scholarships and increase the amount to $1,500 per scholarship. Because we can't accept donations, we're hoping to eventually fund an endowment for a 4-year scholarship program so that our recipients can benefit from this for more than just 1 year, because if you've got students in college, you've been through college, you know expenses don't stop after the first year. They usually get higher. That's usually how it works out. So we're continuing the scholarship program, and we have with us today one of our winners, Miss Alondra Valencia, in between Miss Bottoms and Miss Coe here. And Alondra will be receiving a $1,500 scholarship in memory of Drew Bottoms. And we'd like to present her with her scholarship at this time. We'd like to congratulate her for that scholarship. The other recipient, Ms. Jade Sneed from Cedar Ridge. Alondra, by the way, is from Center Point High School. Jade Sneed is our other recipient from Cedar Ridge High School, and unfortunately, she could not be with us today due to a prior engagement. One thing I do want to mention about our scholarships applicants this year was such an incredibly academically talented group of students. The number of AP scholars, the number of governor school grads, the number of students who were scoring near perfect on the ACT was just made it difficult, very difficult to narrow it down to just 2 winners. We finally were able to narrow it down to Alondra and to Jade, and unknown to us at the time is that both young ladies are will be first-generation college students. And it made the selection of those 2 even more special to us, knowing that we can help them fulfill their dreams and their families' dreams of attending college. I'd like to turn at this time our program over to Vicki Johnson.
Hello, I'm here to give the Coach of the Year awards for this year. The first one will be the junior high coach. He has been a dedicated coach at Little Rock Christian, formerly Walnut Valley Academy, for at least 17 years and possibly longer. Through the years, he coaches his teams by compiling notebooks full of lists, questions, and data. He hosts a practice almost every lunch day during the year. He travels and attends junior high, senior high, and invitational tournaments and volunteers countless hours for his team. I would like to congratulate Danny Erlingson from Little Rock Christian, the 2016 Junior High Quiz Bowl Coach of the Year. Congratulations. I have a flag and a check for you to.
Thanks.
Thank you. I thought maybe he'd want to talk a little bit. He is the coach of every Quiz Bowl team desires to call their own. His dedication and insightful leadership drives his players to always strive for excellence as a collective group rather than 1 or 2 star players trying to carry the team. He understands the importance of everyone involved, and everyone involved with Russellville Quiz Bowl loves and respects him. His willingness to sacrifice time in his busy schedule for all of us illustrates his genuine character and devotion. He has been the senior high Quiz Bowl coach at Russellville for 6 years. Congratulations to Paul Gray, the 2016 senior high Quiz Bowl Coach of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And there's your very nice plaque and a check. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Did you want to talk?
I know there's somebody I'm fixing to get here in a second. No, I really appreciate this. I have the best kids to work with, and Brandon Cooper. I'm stunned. I just there's no words. I really appreciate it. Thank you all very much.
And thank you.
Barry, thank you, and Vicki, thank you, and congratulations to all of our winners. Now, we've got some questions for you, so you don't think you're off the hook. We'll see how many you can answer along with our audience while we take a short break. This afternoon, we will be seeing the final matches for the 2A, 7A, and 4A conferences. Before we get started, we're going to introduce our judges for the afternoon matches. We have Monica Springfield, Justin Akery, and head judge Rick Clow. The all-tournament team and MVP judges are Carolyn Schry and Hope Pierce. Our game scorekeeper is Will Heatherly, and our timekeeper is Sandra Elliott. Remember, you can also watch matches from previous years at www.arquizbowl.org. At this time, we'd like to recognize the 2A conference third and fourth place winners. A special congratulations to third place runner-up, Mountain Pine, and the fourth place finalist, Crowley's Ridge. Now we're ready to introduce the teams for our 2A conference championship match between Hazen and Conway Christian. Starting with Hazen, we have Ross Hopper, a freshman, Samuel Harper, captain, a senior, Abby Ross, a junior, Parker Kerr, a senior. The alternates are Gina Runquist, a sophomore, Amy Lease, a junior, Morgan Carroll, a junior. Their coach is Nathaniel Bradow, and assistant coach is Laura Morgan. Let's hear it for Hazen High School. Now for Conway Christian. We have Jackson Quick, a sophomore, Will Calloway, captain, a senior, Mark Carkran, a senior, Scott Austin, a senior, Jessica Nunn, a sophomore, Alec Oldie, a junior, Hunter Tollett, a senior. Their coach is Sarah Norden. Let's hear it for Conway Christian. I want to wish both teams the best of luck, and now I'm going to turn it over to our quiz master, Steve Patterson. Steve, take it away.
Thank you very much, Evangeline. We are excited now to begin our afternoon of play. And our first match today, the state championship match for the 2A schools. A lot of schools have competed over the year to try to get to this spot. And we have two left standing, Conway Christian and Hazen. And these two have had a stranglehold on the state championship the last 4 years, that's for sure. Hazen's third year in a row. Conway Christian, 3 out of the last 4 years. Y'all have really dominated in this 2A division. We're glad to see now at the end of the match today, we're going to crown a new 2A state champion. We're going to give away some scholarships to you, provided by the Arkansas Department of Education as well as the state legislature. We appreciate their funding every year to help Quiz Bowl be the great success that it is. And we're excited that you get to be a part of it as well. Samuel, captain for the Hazen team. Will, captain for the Conway Christian team. We'll need you here in just a moment, but for this first round, toss-ups only, and we'll have 20 of those, and I wish good luck to both teams. Are you ready? All right, well, let's get started. Here's our first question. What chemical element is used to coat and galvanize metals? Samuel.
Sulfur?
No. Conway Christian? Jackson.
Zinc.
Zinc is the right answer. Good job. All right, the second question is, Euclid's law states that the sum of the internal angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees. Jackson.
Well, 360 degrees.
No. Let me finish for Hazen. However, drawing a triangle on a perfect sphere will create 3 right angles. What would be their sum? Samuel.
270 degrees.
Yes. All right, both teams are on the board now, so you can relax and just have fun with the rest of the game. All right, here's question number 3. Some biblical scholars deduce it took 120 years to build this. Samuel.
The Ark.
A more specific, please.
Noah's Ark.
Yes, that is correct. All right, question number 4. This man was the chairman of the Continental Congress that drafted the Declaration of Independence. Samuel.
John Hancock.
Right. Question 5. What plant cells regulate the water intake and output on leaves? Jackson.
Stomata.
You're right. All right, question 6 is math computation. We're going to put 20 seconds on the clock and allow you to answer this math problem. 604,800 seconds equal what period of time? Samuel.
A week.
1 week. That's what we were looking for. Very good. All right, next question. Only 12 constitutional amendments have been added since 1870, but 4 were ratified during the administration of one president. Name that chief executive in whom the 16th, Jackson.
Theodore Roosevelt.
No. 17th, 18th, and 19th amendments were enacted. Samuel.
Franklin Roosevelt.
No, it's Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson. All right. Name the type of animals whose adventures are recorded in the novel Watership Down. Samuel.
Dolphins.
No. Jackson.
Zoo animals.
Well, I can see where Watership might make you think that, but it is rabbits. Rabbits. All right. Question number 9. In Greek mythology, what is the name of the flower that lured Persephone into the hands of the dark god Hades? No answers? It's Narcissus. Narcissus. All right, the next question. What American clergyman championed religious freedom and separation of church and state and built the first Baptist church in Rhode Island? Samuel.
Roger Williams.
Yes. Question number 11. How many strikes are rolled in a 299-point bowling game? Jackson.
11.
Yes. You a bowler, Jackson?
No.
All right, well, if you are, 299 is a good score. All right. Number 12. It's the current name of a republic on the Indian subcontinent. It was created in 1947. Samuel.
Pakistan.
No. As an eastern province of a country. Name this nation with its capital at Dhaka. Jackson.
Bangladesh.
Yes. Which river has its source in Yellowstone National Park and flows through Jackson, Wyoming, as well as Hell's Canyon? Samuel.
The Snake River.
The Snake River is what we wanted. Good job. All right. Tierra del Fuego is the southernmost point of land in South America, and it is separated from the land by the Strait of Magellan. What 2 countries share? Jackson.
Chile and Argentina.
Yes. Good job, Jackson. What is the name for a circle inside a triangle that is tangent to the triangle's 3 sides? Jackson.
Inscribed circle.
Jackson, you're on a roll. Let's see if you can continue that with this math computation. All right, here we go. Calculate the value of an angle in degrees if it is located in the second quadrant of a Cartesian plane and has a cosine of -1/2. Jackson.
120 degrees.
Well, I guess the answer is yes. You can continue it. All right, good job. Number 17. Many lawmakers at the time of the Civil War argued that the states should retain many sovereign rights, including the right to secede from the Union. Well, which state was the first? Samuel.
South Carolina.
Right. In 1748, Lord Fairfax hired which 16-year-old to help survey his lands in the Shenandoah? Samuel.
George Washington.
Now you're on a roll. Good job. All right, question number 19. What early mechanical engineer made the following statement while discussing his newly invented levers and pulleys? Give me a place to stand on, and I will move the entire earth. Jackson.
Galileo.
No. Samuel?
Archimedes.
Archimedes is the correct answer. All right. What American philosopher and essayist argued that if, in following their conscience, Samuel?
Thoreau.
Thoreau is the right answer. Nice. I had a lot more question to read, and you saved me from it. All right. That's the end of the first round of play. Let me see if we have any challenges. None here. No challenges here. So at the end of our first round of play, a very close game, Hazen 100, Conway Christian 70. All right, we'll see if we have any substitutions. None over here. We are going to make a sub. All right, we are going to take a substitution break, so we'll see you in just a few seconds. Welcome back to our 2A State Quiz Bowl Championship for 2016. And we've got quite a game going here after one round, just 30 points separating our two teams. And we have a lot of points left to go in the game. While we were taking a little break there, we had some changes. Jenna has come in for Hazen. Jenna, good to have you on the team. And over on Conway Christian, Hunter is in. Good to have you, Hunter. And Jessica, welcome to the game. Nice to have you all. Now, this is the second round, which means it's our round of toss-up with a chance at bonus for your team. And Samuel, you and Will come into play here as captains when we have time to meet together and collaborate. But first, we have to get a toss-up question right, don't we? So here's the first one. Alexander the Great founded a city in northern Pakistan, which he named Basafla. What was the city? Jackson.
Tehran.
No. What was the city named after? Samuel.
His wife?
No. I'm not even making a joke here. It was his horse. His horse. All right? For our next question, we're going to do math computation. All right, we've got 20 seconds on the clock, and here is your math problem. A Washington, D.C. radio station ran a promotion called Who Wants to Be 1/2 of 1% of a Millionaire? Participants who got all 10 questions right were awarded the top prize of how much money? Jackson.
$1,000.
No. Samuel.
$50,000.
You were sort of close. It was $5,000. You had one more zero in there. All right. No harm done since neither team got that one right. Let's go to question number 23. This element makes up the greatest percentage of mass of Earth's crust. It is present in sulfates, but not in sulfides. Samuel.
Carbon.
No. With its discovery, the phlogiston theory became obsolete. Identify this element, Conway Christian. Will.
Iron.
No, oxygen would have been the correct answer. All right. Still no harm done. Question number 24. Thousands of Nazi war criminals fled to this country after World War II. Name this South American nation. Samuel.
Argentina.
Argentina was what we were looking for. Good. All right. Samuel, you've earned your team a bonus called College Nicknames. College Nicknames. A popular category with Hazen. Okay. Give the nicknames all related to occupations of these colleges. Oklahoma State.
Cowboys?
Yes. Purdue.
Boilermakers?
Yes. Texas A&M.
Aggies.
Right. And Vanderbilt.
Commodores.
Commodores, right. Very good. All 4 questions means you got 30 points out of that whole deal, so very good. Now, here's another toss-up for both schools. This is Canada's only rectangular province. Name this province of Canada whose... Samuel.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Capital at Regina. Good job. All right, you've earned now a bonus called the human body. Also a popular category. Tell the part of the human body that is most associated with these Greek or Latin prefixes. Okay? Cardio.
Heart.
Yes. Gastro.
Stomach.
Yes. Hepato.
Hepato. Happy birthday, Cody Key.
No. And myo. M-Y-O.
Is it the cell? Cell?
No, that one is muscle. And hepato is liver. But you got 2 out of the 4 for 20 points on that setup with the toss-up in your bonuses. All right. We have 2 left, so let's get our hands on our buzzers and do this. What verb tense is illustrated by the following sentence? By noon tomorrow, she will have arrived there. Jackson.
Future perfect.
Future perfect wins you a bonus. Good job, Jackson. And your category for bonus is called Finish the Quotation. Finish the quotation. Complete the following well-known quotes. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and blank.
Prove it.
No. If you want something done right, blank.
Do it yourself.
Yes. Necessity is the mother of blank.
Invention.
Yes. The pen is mightier than
The sword.
Yes. And the one that you missed, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. All right. But 3 out of the 4 for a total of 25 points for Conway Christian. Good job. All right. We have 1 bonus left, and let's try to get it with this toss-up question. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium. Jackson.
Alkali earth metals.
Alkaline earth metals. Good job. All right. And you... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that I accept the wrong answer?
Just incorrect.
Would you state your answer again, Jackson?
Alkaline earth metals.
Judges, that's the answer I have. All right. Let me continue for Hazen. Radium have very similar properties. Can identify this group of shiny, silvery white elements which are somewhat reactive at standard temperature and pressure.
Sir, you said the answer just a minute ago, did you not?
Well, I never said it, but
We'd have to throw the question.
you want to throw it out? All right. Well, to be fair to both teams, we're going to throw it out. I thought, Samuel, I was careful not to say the answer, but let's go to an extra question here for both teams. All right? All right, here it is right here. It's number 4, judges. Xenon is the only noble gas that forms a compound, doing so with fluorine. Give me the formula for the... Jackson.
XEF6.
Yes, that's correct. All right. Well, I think we tried to do the right thing there, and I hope that we did. And but with that, Jackson, you've won your team a bonus called History. History. All right. Identify the following individuals in American history, all of whom were named John.
Steve. Time out for a sec.
All right. We're going to take a short break while our judges confer. back to our very exciting 2A state championship round. We've had a little controversy that we have judges set up for. That's why they're here. So we're going to go over to our head judge, Monica Springfield.
Actually,
oh, I'm sorry. Rick Clough, excuse me.
Actually, the problem was on the question concerning the elements. The answer that the judges heard was alkali earth metals, not alkaline earth metals, and there's a difference. And therefore, that Conway Christian's answer should have been incorrect. And at that point, the discussion gave away the answer, which meant we needed to give a replacement question, which should have gone only to Hazen. And unfortunately, Conway Christian was allowed to answer that question. They shouldn't have been allowed to answer that question. It should only have gone to Hazen. So that's the reason we stopped the round. So at this point, we need to give a replacement toss-up that only goes to Hazen, that they will have a chance to answer.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. We appreciate that very much. That's why we have our judges in place to help us with these rules. All right, that means, Hazen, I'm going to give a question, also a science question, only for your team, but still a toss-up question. So hands on your buzzers. It makes up the solar wind, and a stream of it is produced by lightning. It results from the electrical breakdown of liquids and gases, splitting up the electrons from the molecules. What is this fourth state of matter? Samuel.
Plasma.
Plasma is correct. All right, and so that means that Hazen will be awarded our fourth category of bonus, which is called history, Samuel. All right, so here we go. Identify the following individuals in American history, all of whom were named John. All right, here we go. Puritan governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony.
John Winthrop?
Yes. He served as Vice President of the United States from 1857 to 1861 under President James Buchanan.
John Breckinridge?
Yes. He was the first son of a president of the United States who also became president.
John Quincy Adams?
Yes. And number 4, abolitionist who led an attack on the U.S. arsenal at Harper's Ferry, Virginia in 1859.
John Brown.
John Brown, for a total of all 4 correct. Good job. Nicely done, and I believe that also takes us out of that round. So if we don't have any challenges, let me check and see if we do. None here. No challenges over here. So at the end of that round of play, what we have is a score of Hazen 180, Conway Christian 95. So a very good game going here for the 2A state championship. What I'd like to do next, teams, is I'd like to read to you the categories. Will, you and your Conway Christian team will get to pick first from these 3 categories. The first one is mythology. Identify the following mythological figures, all of which are made up of more than one entity. The second one is historical quotes. Identify the individuals to whom the following quotes are attributed. And animal group terminology. When given the name of an animal, tell what a group of that animal is called. All right? I think everyone understands the categories. You have 1 minute to decide.
We are in the midst of a good game, and my good friend and color commentator Bill Davis is with me. Bill, let's talk about what just happened.
Okay, the judges heard a pronunciation that would have been incorrect. That's what they hear. Now, when you're sitting at the judges' table, you have to be, and that's why there's more than 1, 2, or 3, or 4 of them, but you have to be on your toes and listen to everything that's being said. If something is mispronounced, in many times, especially in the field of science or in the field of history, if you mispronounce it, you've given a different answer. Now, what happened was, once that was ruled incorrect, then that question had been violated.
Okay.
So you had to come up with another question and offer it to the other team in order to be fair. Now, this game is a long way from being over.
Okay.
And I sure hope that this little situation doesn't cause a winner or a loser. Both these teams are excellent teams. Excellent teams.
Okay, and I think they just need to stay focused.
Oh, yeah.
Right
Don't
now.
let this get in your way now. That's history.
Yeah.
That's over. And was handled very good. The lead judge stopped the match once they realized what had happened when it was reread again, and both teams were given an opportunity to answer, which would have been incorrect. So we hope that now you just focus on the rest of the game.
Okay.
And that's what the students need to do.
Yeah, and I tell you, they are really fighting for it too. So
yes,
we're ready to go back to this great game.
Welcome back to the 2A state championship game here for 2016, and what a great match we have going here. While we had the break, our teams conferred on which 60-second lightning round category that they would like, and Conway Christian was able to pick first because they're a little behind, so they picked historical quotes. And then Hazen chose animal group terminology. And we also had coming into the game Alec for Conway Christian. Alec, welcome. Glad to have you. And for your contribution, we appreciate you very much. All right, let's begin this with Conway Christian. We put 60 seconds on the clock. And it says this: identify the individuals to whom the following quotes are attributed. Are you ready?
Ready.
Let them eat cake.
Marie Antoinette.
Mary Antoinette.
Yes. I believe this government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes. I only regret that I have one life to lose for my country.
Nathan Hale.
Nathan Hale.
Yes. A penny saved is a penny earned.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
Yes. I will return.
MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Yes. Give me liberty or give me death.
Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry.
Yes. Never has a world owed so much to so few.
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill.
Yes. Go west, young man.
Pass.
Pass.
I do not choose to run.
Jesse Owen. No. Stall.
Stall.
All right. All right. Our Conway Christian team stalled on that question, which means that ends the round for them, and the last question will not bounce over to Hazen. But they did pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 judges, I believe. All right. So 70 points, Conway Christian. Good job. They do have one to go over to you, Samuel. It is this one. Go west, young man.
Horace Greeley.
Horace Greeley is right. And the person that said, I do not choose to run, was President Calvin Coolidge. And the one we didn't get to, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, of course, was FDR. All right, now, Hazen, it's your chance to do just as well, or maybe even better than the Conway Christian team did with animal group terminology. It says, when given the name of an animal, tell what a group of that animal is called. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Clams.
School.
No. Buffalo.
Stall.
All right. One to pass over to you, Will, and it is clams.
Clatch.
No, they're called a bed of clams. Bed of clams. And the one you stalled on was a herd, buffalo herd. All right, but stalling on that means that we're very quickly out of round 3. And we have a close game now. We have Hazen with 190 and Conway Christian with 165. A very great game. And 200 points still up for grabs. Do we want to make any substitutions at this time? Yes, we are going to make some substitutions on our team, so we'll take a short break. Welcome back. We've taken a short break to bring some players into the game for this fourth and final round. For Hazen, we have Morgan is back, and Amy is in the game. Amy, good to have both of you. And over here, Alec is still here, but Scott took that spot next to him. You were over here, weren't you, Scott? Okay, I'm making sure I'm not crazy. All right. Good to have you back into the game, Scott. All right. We have obviously a very close game here with 25 points separating our two teams. Hazen, you're in the lead, but we have these 200 points left with these 20 toss-up questions. I wish both teams good luck. Two great teams, and we're going to have a great finish here to this 2A state championship. All right, here's our first toss-up question. Complete this quotation by Joseph Stalin. A single death is a tragedy. A million deaths is a blank. Jackson.
Blessing.
No. Amy.
Martyr.
No, he said it was a statistic. What six-syllable word begins with the second letter of the alphabet and refers to the idea that a wide variety of plants and animals inhabit our Earth? Samuel.
Biodiversity.
Biodiversity is what we were looking for. Good. Number 33. The Gulf of California is also called what sea? Jackson.
The Sea of Colorado.
No. Hazen, no answer? It's the Sea of Cortez. Which U.S. president had the most children? A total of 15. Samuel.
John Tyler.
John Tyler had 15 children. All right, very good. They were from two different marriages, just to throw that out to you. What title is given to the person who is head of the Buddhist community and Jackson?
Dalai Lama.
Yes. What is the term for the formation of more complex chemical substances from simpler ones? Jackson.
Synthesis.
Synthesis. Good job. At what Ukrainian nuclear power plant? Jackson.
Chernobyl.
Jackson, you're on a roll again. In the book of Genesis, whose wife was turned into a pillar? Scott.
Lot.
Lot is the correct answer. Scott, you're back in the game in the nick of time. All right. What two-word term refers to profit resulting from the sale of investments such as Jackson?
Capital gains.
Capital gains is the answer. Good job. And number 40, ostriches lay very large eggs. But which species of Jackson?
Platypus.
No. Which species of flightless birds from New Zealand lay the largest eggs relative? Samuel.
Emu.
No, the answer we needed was kiwi. Kiwi. All right, question 41. What is the antecedent of the pronoun in the following sentence? Each girl on the volleyball team has her own special Jackson.
Girl.
Girl is the correct answer. Good job. Math computation for the next question. We've got our 20 seconds ready. Here's the problem. How many 8s are there between 0 and 100? Jackson.
800.
No. Samuel.
10.
No, the answer is 20. 20. Don't know if 800 was possible, Jackson. I'm not a math man.
There's 8s.
Oh, I got you. I see. All right, question 43. Where did Kubla Khan live from Samuel?
Xanadu.
Xanadu. The Kubla Khan Samuel Taylor Coleridge poem taught us that, didn't it? All right. You can create the impression of objectivity or detachment by using what grammatical voice? Samuel.
Passive.
Passive. Good. All right. Question number 45 for both teams. For whom is the title Prince of Wales? Samuel.
The heir apparent to the throne of Great Britain.
Judges? Yes. All right, question 46. What P term refers to the possible arrangement of items? Jackson.
Permutation.
Permutations. Question 47 is a math computation. So we'll need our pencils. The vertices of a triangle are 2, 1, 2, 5, and 5, 1. Find the area. Jackson.
6.
6 is the answer we needed. All right, question 48. What character is used in HTML to denote the beginning of a character entity? Samuel.
Ampersand.
Ampersand. Question number 49. In statistics, it is to cause the mean to differ significantly from the median. In geometry, what term means that two lines, Parker?
Outlier.
No, are neither perpendicular nor parallel. Jackson?
Skew.
Skew is the answer we needed for that. All right, question number 50. Satellite Tech formally determined its elevation to 29,035 feet. Samuel.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest was the correct answer. All right, let me make sure we have any challenges. None over here. Challenges over here? None? All right, one of the most exciting Quiz Bowl matches we've had in recent years. A great job. So at the end of this match, we have Hazen with 260, Conway Christian with 255. Conway Christian, you are the 2A state runner-up, and Hazen, you are the 2A state champion.
I've got to pick my heart up off the floor.
It can't get any better than that one. I'm telling you, that was absolutely fantastic.
Question for question for question for question.
That was just beautiful. That was beautiful. Won it on the last question.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, not very many games in like that. I'm telling you, that was just amazing. You could play and we did. We played these two last year, and Conway Christian won. Same two teams this year. And Hazen won. I'm telling you, you could play these two teams again. You couldn't predict who was going to win. That was just a fabulous game.
Okay, let's talk about some keys to the game. What was it?
The key was that the fact that they just stayed aggressive. They didn't back up, and they were anticipating a lot of the questions. You could see this on both sides. And there for a little while, one would run 3 or 4 questions, and then you'd come back and the other one would run 3 or 4 questions. So they never let up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just stayed in there.
And we had that huge challenge, and that didn't bother anything, did it?
Did not.
They came out fighting. Well, let's go back to the set for the awarding of the trophies and the checks with Janet Buford and Kelly Holt.
That was a nail biter. We didn't know to the last question. But the runner-up is Conway Christian. Y'all did a great job. Congratulations. Kelly has it.
We have a check for $1,500 for academic excellence and scholarship. Good job. Congratulations. You are a great team. Thank you.
Sam, Hazen gets the championship trophy. Y'all did a great job. That was really close game.
$3,000. State champion. Congratulations. You guys did a great job for scholarship. You have been a long way. We were so proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
It was a great game, great last question.
Okay, we're going to put this down because you have to hold one other thing.
Got one more thing for you, Samuel. One more thing.
You are also the MVP of 2A championship. Congratulations again.
And you get a state check for $150. Congratulations for academic excellence.
Great job.
And now for the 2A All-Tournament team members, Carolyn and Sry.
All right. Thank you, Evangeline. Again, this was another one of those practically to the last question to determine the MVP. I mean, literally to the last question. And Samuel won it MVP with a 16.86 average. But now Jackson back there, Jackson's just a sophomore. He's got a couple more years. He had a 16 average, so it is so darn close there. So congratulations, both of you. But now the rest of the all-tournament team, Jacob Travis from Mountain Pine, Wyatt Pavlicek from Eureka Springs, Warner West from Walnut Ridge, Sutton Balk from Murfreesboro, Hagan Wilson from Risen, Drew McFall from Buffalo Island Central, Rockland McCall from Riverside, and Emily Krause from Cotter, Nathan Wheaton from Crowley's Ridge Academy, Austin Jared from Walnut Ridge, Grant Dodson from Cotter, and Rafael Renteria from Lisa West, a great 2A all-tournament team. Congratulations to all of them.
Patricia Hopkins, and I am the 9th grade Quiz Bowl coach for Morrilton High School. Last year was my first year to host a tournament, and I hosted an invitational here, and we had 8 junior high teams, 8 high school teams. It was small and delightful, and I thought, wow, this is great, so I'll do it again. And this year I ended up with 40 teams, 20 high school, 20 junior high, so it's been a lot different doing one on this scale. For my second year, it's a little bit overwhelming, but I love Quiz Bowl so much, and these kids are all so much fun that it's worth it. And my kids, they all have to help me write questions and help me get ready, and my students too also. They helped write the questions, and it's been a team effort, both school team and a family team, to get it all put together, but we love it so.
Super happy that everybody came from far off, and so proud of the team, so proud of my student volunteers that hung around and helped. It's been a great tournament, just so many kids that went above and beyond. Just extremely blessed, both as a teacher and a professional, just floored by the amount of support and all the compliments that everybody gave. So there were probably around 90 teams after it was all said and done, and that's just a lot to get moving, especially when you're talking about increasing the population of our town by around 1,500 to 2,000. It was very, very good, enough to put us in a new tax bracket, I'd say. The kids that I saw playing had some of the best attitudes. They're here because they enjoy it. That it's so refreshing to get to spend time with kids and adults that like to pursue academics as more than just time in a classroom with a book. It's time to get out and show how much you can do to everybody and go out and compete for it, because really that's what you gotta do in life, is you gotta compete. What we really need, a lot of parents come out to support their kids, mainly at the middle school, junior high levels, but at the high school level, that's where we end up with a little bit of waiting support. Some of that has to do with the attitudes of the kids of, it's not cool to come and watch me, but what we need is a whole lot more people out there to come and be involved in Quiz Bowl so they can know what's going on with it and what these kids are doing. A lot of these teams that came from far away. Some of them came in days early, booked hotel rooms, a lot of it on their own dime. And speaking of their own dime, there's a lot of coaches that paid for the entry fee of their own dime, paid for their own kids to come. So what we really need, we need public support, we need community support, because this really starts in communities. It's got to start with people supporting the school and the mission of the school and supporting academics and getting out there and saying, you know what, I'm not just going to say I support it, but I'm going to follow through with my actions and financially support these schools in the pursuit of academics, because academics really, they don't get the booster support that sports get, and we just need the word out there that academics can be a sport, and we do need that support to continue doing what we're doing. It costs money to go to tournaments, costs money to travel, costs money to enter these things. It costs money to, if you're successful, go to a higher level like nationals to really put your team out there on showcase, and who knows, maybe you can go to AETN, win some scholarships. You can go to nationals, win some scholarships. There's money in it for these kids, and it's based on what they earn, based on their academic zest, if you will. So we really need some support so these kids can go out and be the best that they can be, especially with Quiz Bowl. I used to be a player, and I'm still at it. I still invest my time in it, as do a lot of Quiz Bowl alumni. So it's worth it for the public to see that, there are some lifers that really spend their life trying to put back into the sport. When I was a Quiz Bowl player back in junior high, back in high school, when you get behind in a game, you don't quit on the game. You keep playing till the end, and win or lose, you fought the fight.